And a good pitch there by Bad Stipner, and that's the strikeout for the second out of the inning. One of the many positives, you have those when you have a team that's off to an 11-1 start in Greenwood, is many reasons for the fact that they're winning.
Number 10,
but you talk to anyone, and it's been the pitching led by Blake Marks, but there's been a number of other pitchers that have really done the job as well. And it's a lineup that offensively has been putting up some runs and has a lot of balance 1 through 9. And you look at the statistics, the Gators are getting a lot of players some legitimate playing time. 2 outs, bases empty. Bad Stibner, and Steve Sanders says that we are on, so glad to have you here. I want to thank the gentleman in the press box. John Lee doing the public address announcing. We're going to go quiet. We'll let John announce the batters and the pitchers, anything going on. That's a good off-speed pitch for a strike. David Jolly, who's running the scoreboard. And he just said, my friends call me Jolly, so we'll say Jolly. And then Terry Davis. And that's a line drive to center, and that thing kind of sailed at the last minute. It's off the center fielder's glove. That's Reed McClard. And trying for third, and they might get him. Oh, yeah, easily.
Good decision.
Nice recovery by Reed McClard.
I mean, it honestly looked that deep, but Greenwood did a great job getting it into the cutoff man and spot on to the third baseman. He was dead to rights.
Steve, I got to give Reed McClard credit there because, first of all, did it look like it sailed up there at the last minute? It was kind of weird.
It caught some air.
And that's a great lesson for young student athletes in any sports. He didn't hang his head. He went out, got after it, threw to the cutoff man, and that was a nice cutoff throw, and it wasn't even close. So we'll keep it here. Steve, it's great to hear from you again.
You're probably the only one that says that, Mike.
Oh.
Well, I think one thing you can tell right offhand is Allen County feels the urgency to be aggressive. These two teams have played before, and it didn't end well for Allen County, and they know that, and so they're being very aggressive on the base pad.
Yep.
They had a runner thrown out at second, and then that attempt at a triple. I don't blame them. I don't think they're bad calls, but execution is everything, and Greenwood's executed from the catcher to the on the put out on the stolen base attempt, and then that was just a great play from deep center field.
Steve, your son Sam, who's a senior at Greenwood, I'm sure that he's familiar with some of these Gators baseball players.
He is, but you remember, because he's a senior, he didn't talk to me, so the communication ended a year or two ago.
Oh. And I would say to Jolly and John Lee and Terry Davis, that day's coming, if you heard that.
Yeah, when you get to that point, you're kind of glad, too. Most of the communication they do is either asking for money or telling you, I tell them my kids are problem finders.
Problem finders.
Every day I go home, he tells me something else I need to do. Son, I got 2 day jobs. I don't know what you want me to do.
Oh. Well, Steve, I'll tell you what. You and I are in the same boat. We're getting paid to talk about and cover high school baseball, and the weather. You couldn't ask for a better evening. This is, and they renovated this field in the past few years. And one of the neat things, when the evening's done, Coach Jaggers, his coaching staff, and the players all tend to the field.
Yeah. We'll see what Allen County's got as far as pitching goes.
Number 7, Zach Davis.
We saw last night with Warren Central and Hart County in softball, those Hart County hitters, they were seeing that ball real well coming out of that Warren Central pitcher's hand, and they were all over it.
Zach Davis is the leadoff hitter for the Gators, wears jersey number 7. He's a sophomore.
He's giving them that outside edge tonight.
Mm-hmm. We're just underway here in the bottom of the first inning. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network on Prep Spin, and the count's now 1-1 to Zach Davis. As we mentioned, Greenwood off to a fantastic start this spring. 11-1 heading into tonight. And good contact by Zach Davis. That's off to the third baseman's glove. And Greenwood, like ACS, has their leadoff hitter on board. You know something? You could say that's a borderline hit or error, but since we're the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network, we're going to give Zach Davis a hit.
Yeah. I mean, it took a really weird hop out there.
Yep. And Siler Talley, I first remember Siler. He was on that Warren County South 11-year-old Little League team that won the state, as was his brother Easton. That was an outstanding Little League team. Joey Talley was the head coach of that team. He was, of course, Easton and Siler's dad, and he's an assistant coach for Jason Jaggers. Also got to give a shout-out to Jason for this past football season. He was the offensive coordinator and is the offensive coordinator for head coach William Howard. And in their win against South Warren in football, he called as good of a game on the high school level as I've seen. He called a touchdown pass right before halftime to the fullback that I thought was a brilliant call. That pitch gets away, and down to third base goes Zach Davis. Go ahead, Steve.
Another pass ball.
Yep.
Sounded like the catcher made good contact with it and then just didn't make the squeeze on it.
So Greenwood is 90 feet away from scoring the first run of this game. Siler Talley, he's a junior. He's in the outfield. Where's number 8? And that pitch gets away, but Zach Davis is going to stay at third. Steve, I'll tell you one thing. Last year when we watched this Greenwood baseball team, Coach Jaggers played a lot of young players. Basically, they faced the fire, as very young players. And I think you're seeing the benefits of that with their start this year.
Sure.
So it's 3-1 to Siler Talley. And that is a walk, so it's first and third, nobody out. And this is Andy Jolly. He bats left-handed. He's a sophomore. And he's in a great spot to get the first run on the board for the Gators. Again, a gorgeous night for baseball. They thought about throwing over to first. Jolly is a sophomore. He's one of the Gators' pitchers, but he's not the starter tonight. He's on the mound. He's over at first base. And that pitch is low and in the dirt, but the catcher does a nice job blocking it, and it's 1-0. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network, courtesy of Prep Spin. Mike Clef, Steve Sanders. Steve has the headsets on. He's within range and has already provided some great remarks here. And they've got the base runner hung up there, and he gets back to first.
He's the beneficiary of a runner on third.
Yep.
Allen County can't ignore that. He would have scored if they would have made any kind of real attempt to get the runner at first out.
Siler Talley basically was able to slide back into first, and as Steve mentioned, the benefit of having Zach Davis at third. Again, Zach Davis at third, Siler Talley at first. Andy Jolly, the hitter, he has a 1-0 count. That one gets away, and that's going to bring in Zach Davis, and it's 1-0 Greenwood. The Gators on the board.
I was thinking to myself, as far as the runner at first goes, show some patience because the pitcher's having some real control issues. He might score without even needing that. So.
Do you think if you're Andy Jolly, you want to at least take a strike here just to see what the pitcher has, or you got a chance to drive in a runner and you just want to swing at the next pitch?
I think he's just looking for something that looks good. A lot of them are in the dirt right now.
Yep. It's 3-0.
This press box has a good view of home plate.
Mm-hmm.
That one was significantly in on him,
Andy Jolly, the hitter for the Gators. That's a strike.
It's a good follow-up pitch from busting him inside.
We'll run down the options. You can watch our live stream in just a moment. That one's high and inside. And that is a walk for Andy Jolly. So Greenwood has runners on first and second. And this brings up Blake Marks, who is one of the Greenwood pitchers. He's not the starter tonight, and most of the Gators faithful say that he's been the best pitcher for the Gators this year. He's a right-handed hitter. He takes a strike to start things off. First and second here in the bottom of the first for Greenwood. They've already scored the first run of the game, and they're off in great position to add to this 1-0 lead as the Gators are trying to go 12-1 on this season. Jason Jaggers, the head coach, as he normally does, is the third base coach for tonight's game. There's a base hit. Blake Marks, nice job. And they're going to score. Yep. And it is 2-0 Greenwood.
Greenwood showing great patience at the plate. I think when you asked that question earlier, that's what you want to see is, I don't know if the answer is to take a strike or swing, but I think you want to wait for the pitch that you want and not what the pitcher wants to make. And he did that. They're really being patient. They're making the pitcher work. Therefore, he's getting a visit to the mound.
We'll keep it here, and that's if I'm Greenwood, I'm very encouraged that ACS is already having a meeting on the mound, and there's not even an out here in the bottom of the first. Yeah.
And Greenwood's got runners on base.
Steve, I was thinking about this earlier tonight. As John Lee mentioned, the public address announcer, this facility is called Corey Hart Field. Corey wasn't just a good baseball player at Greenwood. He was awesome, arguably the best ever player here. And his head coach was Chris Decker, who later became the athletic director at South Warren. Let John make the announcement there. And Chris was inducted into the Greenwood Athletics Hall of Fame this past winter. Very deserving inductee. And I'll tell you what, Steve, I talked to Chris a few years ago when I worked at WBKO about coaching Corey Hart in high school. And great stories. He said, though, several times he had to remind himself not to overcoach. He talked about his dad, Johnny. He's an electrician who would get up the crack of dawn, go out and work. And he said Corey got that work ethic. And he said just sometimes you had to let him play. That one's a ball, and it's 1-1. Of course, Corey Hart went on to have a very good Major League Baseball career, playing double-digit years, and he's in the Milwaukee Brewers Hall of Fame. Greenwood has runners on first and second, and oh boy.
He turned on it.
How close was that to being fair, Steve?
It was closer to hitting the coach.
It was? Okay. Again, Steve, just so you know.
I wasn't down there. Okay. I couldn't move that fast. It just buried me right where I stood. He did get around on it. He saw it.
Mm-hmm. Axel Dysham is who Steve's talking about, the hitter, and that plunks him. It was an off-speed pitch. And Steve,
we'll get a courtesy runner here for him.
At the plate, number 26, Jackson Lee.
Jackson Lee at bat, and Cannon Jaggers is the courtesy runner. Steve, if I'm a batter, I think that's smart baseball and an off-speed pitch. It's really not going to hurt you. Take the hit by pitch and get on first base.
You pull the old Joey Votto and just lean into it.
Yeah. And now they've got to make a pitching change. So with that in mind, we will take a timeout. We'll be back with more Greenwood baseball on the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Kids deserve the space to grow, to play, to explore. And if they get sick or hurt, they deserve a hospital devoted to them. This is our promise, the most advanced care possible, with doctors, nurses, therapists, and surgeons who specialize in getting kids back to simply being kids again. We are UK Healthcare's Kentucky Children's Hospital. And for us, the power of advanced medicine is more than saving lives. It's saving lifetimes.
Don't forget to pack 5 pairs of clean underwear.
Okay, Mom!
What's wrong with these? I think we're gonna need a bigger suitcase.
This is a Mingy moment.
I can't.
Have some Mingy.
This is a Mingy moment.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going.
or
Perfect.
get up.
Looks good. Good, we're gonna take it up.
Who's not a runner now? I am proof of the power of advanced medicine.
All right, we're back at Corey Hart Field on the campus of Greenwood High School. And it's Jackson Lee at the plate for Greenwood. Bases loaded for the Gators. And, Steve, that's always a great sign when you can knock out the opposing starting pitcher in the top of the first inning without even getting an out.
Right, and leave with the bases loaded.
Yep. It was very interesting that Jackson Lee took an aggressive swing on the first pitch from the relief pitcher. We'll get you the name of that Allen County Scottsville pitcher in just a moment. Steve, it's only the bottom of the first inning, but you can already see several signs why this Greenwood team is 11-1 this season, don't you?
Yeah. Smart at the plate. You know, pitching was really good in the top half of the inning, but smart, patient, selective at the plate.
Bryce Calvert is the Allen County Scottsville pitcher, thanks to Terry Davis and Jolly. I'm going to call him David before the night's over.
If he turns around when you call that, you're on your own.
Yeah. Yeah. 2-2 on Jackson Lee. And that one is fouled down the right field line. It's not out of play, but it drops foul. Jackson Lee is a freshman, and you could affectionately describe him as the Gators' Swiss Army knife because he's listed as a pitcher, a catcher, an infielder, and an outfielder. That basically covers all 9 positions. That one's a ball, and it's a full count. Tell you what, Steve, he carries himself well at the plate.
This is, to me, the worst count to be the hitter on him.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, he's not throwing real well, so, you know, you potentially could take the walk and walk in the run, but, you know, but you're risking the one chance he throws a strike. That one wasn't a strike, but, you know, you got to protect.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the other side of that is there's no out, so you're not going to do any lasting damage if you swing hard and make it out.
Jackson Lee is playing second base tonight, and he gets an RBI with the walk. That was a very good at bat.
It was. And ultimately at the end he showed patience and took it.
3-0 Gators.
There's going to be a trench dug in front of that home plate tonight, I believe.
I think you're
That's
right.
many balls put in front of it. When they work on the field after the game, they're going to have to haul in some dirt.
Yep. Aiden O'Hara is the batter now for Greenwood. He's a junior. He's an outfielder. And that one's a strike. And again, Steve, I think one of the neat things, and when we're packing up, we'll see this, the coaching staff and the players all work on this field after the game, and they work just as hard getting that field back into shape. And you're right, around that home plate area, they got some work to do. It's a 1-1 count to Aiden O'Hara. Gators with the bases loaded. They're up 3-0. Still nobody out. That one, I think, bounced off O'Hara's foot.
Yeah, he fisted it.
Yep. We talked about this last night with the softball game, Steve. You see O'Hara limping a little bit. That is about the worst kind of stinger you can have. Oh. Probably about a minute it'll wear off, but for that minute, it's no fun.
Well, ball's coming at you at 70-something miles an hour, leaves your bat, maybe even faster than that. Man, that poor catcher.
Oh, he's going to be exhausted by the end of this inning.
I'm tired watching him. I was tired to begin with, but it's not taking a whole lot.
Oh. Okay, it's a 2-2 count on Aiden O'Hara. Good pitch there by Calvert. The pitch is dropped, but O'Hara cannot advance to first since the bases are loaded. Okay, and I'll. Okay, Nathan Howard is the batter. He's the designated hitter. Wears number 42. As you can see, he's a right-handed hitter. He's got a 1-0 count. That one's outside. It's 2-0. John, Terry, and Jolly. What year is Nathan? Do you know? Sophomore. He's a sophomore. Again, another underclassman for the Gators. And it's 3-0. And Nathan Howard is one ball away from getting an RBI without swinging the bat. And that's exactly what happened. Nathan Howard gets the RBI walk. It's 4-0. In to score is Blake Marks. And still nobody out.
Yeah, one out. One out on the strikeout.
Oh, there was a strikeout. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's one out. I was sorry about that. I was. Yep. The relief pitcher's first batter got the strikeout. So we have one out. And that's a called strike. Reed McClard, who stayed after a fly ball that sailed over his head, a line drive actually, and was able to hit the cutoff man, and they got a base runner out at third. Reed didn't get his head down, kept after it. He's the center fielder tonight for the Gators. Bases loaded, one out, 4-0, good guys. That one's a base hit.
Smoked right up the middle. He's going to score at least two. Going to hold.
Yep.
On third, okay.
Bases loaded, one out, 5-0. Good swing there, Mike McClard, line drive, and it's 5-0. I was with you, Steve. I thought that Coach Jaggers might have sent him there, but
hey, they got a good thing going.
They do, yeah. I would never question Coach Jaggers. He knows what he's doing.
Got a whole lot more wins than I do. My record is 0-0.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm biased because I like the guy a lot, but I also think he's a very, very good coach.
I've been waiting all season to say just a bit outside.
Well, Stephen, we're not making
get you to do it, so I got to do it myself. That's the only reason I put on the headsets tonight.
You know, Steve, we made light of the Allen County Scottsville catcher. And in all seriousness, he is going to be one tired young man at the end of this game.
There's one.
That's a fly ball to center. It's caught. Coach Jaggers sends him home. and he's safe.
Going to get the runner at third.
So did he get him out? They did. But that run should count.
It did. He scored before they put the tag on.
Should count.
Noted that.
So a very good bottom of the first for Greenwood, 6 runs. They only needed 2 hits. They drew some walks. And after 1 inning, the Gators lead the Patriots of Allen County Scottsville 6-0. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more Gators baseball on the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going.
or
Perfect.
get up.
Looks good. Good, we're gonna take it up.
Who's not a runner now? I am proof of the power of advanced medicine.
I can't.
Have some Mingy.
This is a Mingy moment.
Kids deserve the space to grow, to play, to explore. And if they get sick or hurt, they deserve a hospital devoted to them. This is our promise, the most advanced care possible, with doctors, nurses, therapists, and surgeons who specialize in getting kids back to simply being kids again. We are UK Healthcare's Kentucky Children's Hospital. And for us, the power of advanced medicine is more than saving lives, it's saving lifetimes.
Don't forget to pack 5 pairs of clean underwear.
Okay, Mom.
What's wrong with these? I think we're gonna need a bigger suitcase.
This is a Mingy moment.
We're back at Greenwood High School, top of the second underway. Gators off to a 6-0 start after that 6-run first inning. Mike Clef, Steve Sanders, and that's a base hit for the Patriots to left field, and they have their leadoff hitter aboard.
Nice contact.
Okay.
You know, the worst part probably for Bad Stibner is, you know, he sat on the bench for so long in the bottom half of that first. You know, he's rolling pretty good in the top half, and then have to sit for, you know, 20, 25 minutes.
I think that half inning was about 25 minutes, Steve. That's a very good point. And that's good hitting by Allen County Scottsville to jump on an early pitch and get a base hit as a result. That was high and inside. It nearly hit the Patriots hitter. Let you know who this young man is. Dusty Hayes, wears number 33. And that one is lofted to center field. Playable for Reed McClard. He's got it. That's your first out of the inning.
Nice catch. You picked it right up off the bat.
Coming to play for the Patriots, number 3, Calvert.
And this is Bryce Calvert, who came on in relief on the mound in the bottom of the first inning. Wears number 3 for Allen County Scottsville. Swing and a miss. We'll run down real quick the position players for Greenwood. Zach Davis is playing at shortstop. Blake Marks is at third base tonight. Axel Dysham is the catcher. Jackson Lee's at second. Andy Jolly is at first. The outfield from left to right field, Siler Talley's in left. We mentioned Reed McClard is in center. and Aiden O'Hara is in right field. And Greenwood has a 6-0 lead here in the top of the second with 1 out and a runner on first. Ooh, that curveball. It was called a ball, but it didn't miss by much. We always want to say thank you to the umpires for tonight's game. And again, there's a shortage of officials on the high school level, and we can certainly disagree with them. We've got that right, but we should respect the job they do. And
I think you should
yep.
sign up. You could wear like a little mask cam down there and microphone. You know how they mic up the major leaguers now? We could just mic you up down there. Call the balls and strikes, call the game, the whole lot.
Yep. Steve,
I'll be more than happy to tell you when you're
wrong. That one gets away from the catcher. Axel Dysham. He did. Nearly did.
Deep
yeah.
behind the plate.
Steve, you and I have talked about this a lot. Again, we'll agree or disagree with these umpires and officials' calls, but my goodness, if I tried to work one of those games as an umpire, I would never want to do it again. I think it's such a hard job.
Well, I've said it, and nobody cares what I say anyway, but I think it's really sometimes a disservice to kids that they have to work these games with just 2 umpires. That umpire in the field potentially is, how many feet of bases is he having to cover?
Oh, it's an unfair range that he has to cover.
We've seen that
yes.
come into play a couple of times. We did at Warren East and South Warren baseball. It's just a disadvantage to the umpires even to try to, there was one particular, now I know we had a pop fly up on the right side of the infield. The umpire had to stay put to make that call, but yet you had a runner running from second to third, so he also had to make a call at third base from deep behind, the second baseman. It's just tough.
It is.
They really need another umpire on the infield.
And again, anyone that's interested in being an official or an umpire, believe me, the KHSAA would love to hear from you. Steve, there was a play right there, kind of bizarre. Coach Jagger's going to go out and talk with Landon Badstibner. Allen County Scottsville has runners on first and third now. And Steve, you have any idea what Coach did? There must have been something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. It's 6-0. Greenwood leading, top of the second, nobody out. Allen County Scottsville threatening, though. They have runners on first and third. Their last base runner swung at a strike 3, but it got away from the catcher, and he was able to advance down to first base. And I don't think that was a real cheery type of visit from Coach Jaggers out there. I think he was, if I had to guess, Steve, he was talking about let's not get sloppy. So Badstibner is back to work on the bump, swing and a miss.
Well, you're telling Badstibner the runner to focus on is the one at the plate.
Yes.
You've got one out. You've got a runner on third, but you're pitching fine. Make good throws, get the hitter at the plate out, then go to the next man. Yeah, there's one out. Yeah, we had a fly ball to deep center.
Reed McClard caught the ball in center field. Yeah.
And there we go. 2 good pitches by Badstibner. Yep. And, he's focused on that hitter, and that's where he needs to be.
We do want to tell you we were going to be back at Greenwood baseball a week from Friday for their home game against Barron County, but that's been changed, and that's a ground ball to short over to first for 1, over to first for second for 1, but a run scores. Did they call him out?
No, they called him out.
They called him out. Okay, that'll do it. Nice double play by the Gators.
And that's what you do.
Yep.
Badstibner focus on the hitter and let your defense behind you, and that was textbook double play.
6-4-3, nicely done. After an inning and a half, Greenwood leads 1-0. We'll be back with more Gators baseball on the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Don't forget to pack 5 pairs of clean underwear.
Okay,
wrong with these? I think we're gonna need a bigger suitcase.
This is a Mingy moment.
Kids deserve the space to grow, to play, to explore. And if they get sick or hurt, they deserve a hospital devoted to them. This is our promise, the most advanced care possible, with doctors, nurses, therapists, and surgeons who specialize in getting kids back to simply being kids again. We are UK Healthcare's Kentucky Children's Hospital. And for us, the power of advanced medicine is more than saving lives, it's saving lifetimes.
I can't.
Have some Mingy.
This is a Mingy moment.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going.
or
Perfect.
get up.
Looks good. Good, we're gonna take it up.
Who's not a runner now? I am proof of the power of advanced medicine.
Welcome back to Greenwood High School. And Siler Talley leads off the bottom of the second with a base hit to left. I might ask Steve to slide the filter down one level here. Getting a little bit overcast. There you go, Steve. Good work. Yeah, there you go. 6-0 Gators. Siler Talley on first. Nobody out. And the batter is Andy Jolly. Bryce Calvert, in his second inning of work for the Patriots, he came on in relief in the bottom of the first inning. And Jolly squares around to bunt. Takes a strike. Siler Talley, a very heady baseball player, but you'd expect that when your dad's a coach. His dad, Joey, is an assistant coach for the Gators. His mom, Leslie's a teacher. And he's running, gets a good jump, and he beats it. That's a stolen base by Siler Talley.
It's a good throw by the.
That was a good throw. That was.
He got a late jump on it. It was a really good throw. He just wasn't going to beat him. He's got too good of a jump.
Andy Jolly doing a good job at the plate, taking a strike to give his teammate a chance to steal the base. And now he's got to fend off. He's in the hole, 1-2. Oh, it's good hitting there by Andy Jolly. Base hit to center. Siler Talley rounds third. He's going to score, and it's 7-0 on the RBI single by Andy Jolly. Bring that run up, Jolly. Puts it on the scoreboard, 7-0.
I love the head first slide.
Yep.
With no throw, that was awesome.
Okay, so Blake Marks is the hitter with Andy Jolly on first base. Tell you, Steve, that was a good swing by Jolly on an 0-2 count or a 1-2 count.
You know, I think what you see from Greenwood, you know, again with that 11-1 record is such good discipline.
I think that was a fair ball, wasn't it, guys? Blake Marks.
That's the one place we can't get. We apologize, but all right.
Blake Marks going for a triple, and he's got it.
Yeah, he's going to get inside the park.
Inside the park? Did the throw get away?
Yeah.
Okay. And again, forgive me because I
think he was
Yep.
going to be safe anyway on the interference by the third baseman. Basically, bear hugged him.
Okay.
And the umpire was making that call when the ball got away from him. So.
And again, I apologize. Steve can see down the left field line. I can't see either down the right field line or the left field line, and Steve and I are both.
Yeah, the ball got away from him, went all the way to the fence on the side. And
9-0 Gators. So, yeah, we'll give Marks an inside the park homer there. That one is popped up. Is it playable over there, Steve?
It is.
Okay.
And caught by the third baseman.
Okay. Steve, I know it's only an inning and a half so far, but what do you like about this Greenwood baseball team?
You know, I said a minute ago, just the discipline in their decision making. You know, they're not making any poor decisions right now. They're seeing the ball real well. They're waiting. They're being patient for their pitch, and you know they're making great contact. But you know, to score an inside the park home run, you know, you got to be aware. You got to watch your coaches. You know, that's a tough thing to pull off. And again, just great decision making, great discipline.
Jackson Lee is the hitter for the Gators.
I'll say this on the defensive end, you know, they're making good plays in the field. You know, go back to that double play they turned. You know, that's just good, sound, fundamental baseball they're showing.
1-1 to Jackson Lee. He's a freshman playing second base tonight for the Gators. And that's a ground ball. That's going to be a challenging play for the Patriots' second baseman. That's a nice play.
Yep.
Give credit to the opposing team there. He did a nice job there. Lee was hustling down the line, nearly beat it out, but Patriots got him out by a half step. That brings up the right fielder, Aiden O'Hara.
You know, talking about Bad Stibner, the pitcher for the Gators, you know, a lot of people equate batters hitting the ball with not being successful. You know, there's a lot of major league pitchers that are very successful that the batters put the ball in play all the time. You know, you rely on your defense behind you, you know, especially when those balls put into play are ground balls or shallow flies. You know, that's all right. If your fielders are making plays.
The major league pitcher that comes to mind, Steve, when you're talking about that is Greg Maddux.
Yeah. One of my favorites of all time. And he was not necessarily a strikeout pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
He was not overpowering. See where that pitcher hit 105 miles an hour the other night?
Oh, yeah. I was like, my goodness.
Ooh, nice placement right there.
Aiden O'Hara.
Again, that's just fundamental baseball. You know, he wasn't trying to hit it out of the park. He put the ball in a great location. Yeah, 105.9, I want to say. Fastest pitch in a game recorded.
So Nathan Howard, the sophomore Gators designated hitter tonight, wears number 42. Got to give credit to the guys in the press box. I didn't know what year in school Nathan was, and they supplied that information, and greatly appreciate that. By the way, and guys can confirm this, I don't think Nathan Howard is related to Lofton Howard.
No.
Yep. I know that Lofton's older sister, Katie, plays volleyball at WKU, but I think that's Lofton's only sibling. And running to second base is Aiden O'Hara. So that's a smart play, Steve.
Yeah. And the catcher made a good throw the last time. That one was a little bit off to the shortstop side.
So Nathan Howard is in the hole 0-2 with Aiden O'Hara at second base, and the Gators have a 9-0 lead. That one's high.
You know, he's throwing strikes. He's just having trouble finding the strike zone consistently.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he'll follow up a strike with one in the dirt or one, you know, like that one that's over the plate but way high.
Just a bit outside.
There you go. Finally, you say it once I put the headset on. I've tried all season. Good grief. And you only did it because I did it. You know, I'm sure it's frustrating, you know, for the pitcher, too, that, you know, your club's getting hit around pretty good, and you're just trying to find that consistency, and you're not.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's not for lack of effort or lack of intent. It's just, you know, Not that I have any direct experience, but I would imagine it's like a lot of other things in life. Sometimes you just have those days. Those days Mama told us about. There we go. That one's
Yep.
way in the dirt. He'll advance to third on that, but it's a walk.
And Nathan Howard, the sophomore, Steve, he was in the hole 0-2 there, and he works a walk. That's a good at bat.
Well, you know, it's not an atypical pitch sequence. You get up 0-2. You don't want to give him something to hit, so you throw high or away for a couple of pitches. But then the thing you got to remember is you still got to throw another strike. And I think you see that happen all the time at all levels. They get ahead 0-2, and then they end up walking somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you focused so much on throwing away from them, not giving them that hit, that you have trouble getting back into the strike zone.
Reed McClard is at the plate for Greenwood, and that one gets away from, and that scores another run. It's 10-0. Steve, I want to give a salute to this Patriots catcher.
Yeah, he's working hard.
Yeah.
And the pitcher's not trying to do that to him. Again, he's just trying to find some consistency, and it's just not happening right now. He is throwing some strikes, but just not consistently.
Young man's name is Levi Cooper. Give a salute to him because, like Steve said, he's working hard. That pitch is high. And Reed McClard has a 2-0 count.
But again, if you're Landon Badstibner, you're sitting on the bench for another 30-minute stretch. Not that you're not thrilled with putting the runs on the board. It's just, you've got to come back out and pitch when it's all said and done. I would imagine Landon would say he'd rather sit for 30 minutes and pitch with a 10-run lead than sit for 5 minutes and be down 10 runs.
Gators have a runner on second, 2 outs, with a 10-0 lead. That's ball 4 to Reed McClard.
I'm going to give the Allen County pitcher some due. That one looked like a really good pitch.
Okay. And Zach Davis is about to come to the plate. And tell you, this ACS pitching coach, if he had a Fitbit, he'd be racking up the miles.
He might have one of them living well plans, where you get bonus points for it.
Yeah. And you're right, Steve. Between the bottom of the first and the bottom of the second, I bet Landon Badstibner.
He's had the night off.
Yeah,
probably caught a nap, binge watch something.
Yeah.
But then poor guy's got to come back out here and warm up.
Yep.
Somebody gets a hit and we're fussing at him.
The one thing, that's been good for Badstibner, though, Steve, is not only has he pitched 2 shutout innings, he hasn't thrown a lot of pitches.
No.
And looks like Jason Jaggers is, I wonder if he's going to bring Cannon Jaggers back into pinch run.
Going to change pitchers.
And, the Patriots are going to change pitchers. With that, we'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more Greenwood baseball on the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going. Perfect.
or get up.
Looks good. Good, we're gonna take it up.
Who's not a runner now? I am proof of the power of advanced medicine.
Don't forget to pack 5 pairs of clean underwear.
Okay, Mom.
What's wrong with these? I think we're gonna need a bigger suitcase.
This is a Mingy Moment.
Kids deserve the space to grow, to play, to explore. And if they get sick or hurt, they deserve a hospital devoted to them. This is our promise, the most advanced care possible, with doctors, nurses, therapists, and surgeons who specialize in getting kids back to simply being kids again. We are UK Healthcare's Kentucky Children's Hospital. And for us, the power of advanced medicine is more than saving lives, it's saving lifetimes.
I can't.
Have some Mingy.
This is a Mingy moment.
Okay, welcome back after the pitching change. And Steve will pull it down one more filter. Yep, pull down one more filter, Steve, and that'll work just fine. Good work, Steve.
Are you saying you want them to see what? There's a one skied
Yep, left field.
left field.
Yep.
Good catch.
We'll keep it here. It's 10-0 Greenwood with 4 more runs there after 2 innings. So,
You know, they brought
Yep.
in a lefty, and he made a
Yep.
good pitch and got him out of that.
Steve, I do want to ask you, we were talking about this, and I'm going to go to the website. John Lee, the public address announcer, said the record books for Gators baseball, when you compare Corey Hart, his records in the second most in those categories, the difference is staggering. But, Steve, I will ask you this. You brought up another athlete at Greenwood, Damian Fishback. And is that the best high school athlete, Steve, that you've seen at Greenwood since since your time here, that you watched in person?
Oh my gosh! You know,
Strictly Greenwood High School.
I mean, Damien was good, was really, really good in high school. I don't know. Yeah, he was Mr. Basketball
Right.
for Kentucky that year. Yeah, you know, he didn't have quite the longevity that Corey did in the professional ranks. You know, he's got a great broadcasting career on SEC Network.
Yeah.
He's great at that. You know, I don't know.
I should clarify the question, Steve. Strictly when they competed at Greenwood, when they were at Greenwood, is he the best you've seen?
You know, he also fell in that time where
Okay.
I was long out of high school and I didn't have kids here. So,
Okay.
you know, there wasn't any live streaming. So
True.
I'm trying to think if I ever saw him play in person. You know, I've seen a lot of great guys that don't have longevity past high school. You know, and then I've seen, you know, I watched Robert Reynolds play football for Bowling Green High and go on to play for the Titans. And,
Yep.
you know, it wasn't a real long career, but it was definitely, you know, he had some good years in there.
All right, top of the third, about to get underway, and Landon Badstibner. And, Steve, again, I think the real challenge is the beginning of the inning here for Badstibner because he sat on that bench again for a long time.
It's a good way to start right there.
Yep.
You know, when I graduated from high school, Greenwood wasn't in existence yet. It came a little bit after me.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Badstibner, that one is a ball, and it's 1-1. 10-0 Greenwood in the top of the third inning.
But you're also, if you're Badstibner, you can afford to be picky with your pitches. You know, you don't have to be ultra aggressive with them. There you go.
Steve, I thought you made a very good point, and about
well, that's a first one.
when a pitcher gets 2 strikes, and then basically, to paraphrase what you said, they get too cute.
Well, they don't want to give them anything to hit.
They nibble, yeah.
And then you can't get the ball back into the strike zone, and you end up walking them. Nice pitch, bust him inside.
Yep. And that is a strikeout for.
He stayed out with that whole pitch sequence until that final pitch.
We'll run down Greenwood, what they've done this
So
season.
that whole thing about Badstibner sitting on the bench and being cold, forget all about that.
Okay.
He's good.
Greenwood has posted wins over Madisonville, North Hopkins, Logan County. They've defeated Allen County, Scottsville back on March 16th in Scottsville. They defeated Cumberland County. They will play Cumberland County in their regular season finale on May 12th. They've also defeated Owensboro Catholic, Muhlenberg County, Barron County, Logan County a second time, Union County, Webster County, Adair County, and most recently Franklin Simpson. Their one loss was on March 20th at Ohio County by a final of 4-3, and you want to poke the bear in the form of Greenwood baseball fans, bring that game up and they'll tell you that's a game that they should have won. 4-3 was the margin in that game.
I like Bad Stibner's a fast worker too.
Mm-hmm.
He would be fine in this era of a pitch clock. He gets the sign and goes to work.
And again, working nicely, and that's the second strikeout of the inning.
He really seems actually more relaxed this inning than he has. I mean, you get up 10 runs, and you got quite a bit of room for error. He's making really good, smart pitches right now.
2 outs, bases empty. Greenwood leading 10-0 over Allen County Scottsville.
Offered to bunt for a strike.
You know what? I don't blame that Patriots player for trying to bunt. Just do anything to try to get on base, get something going.
That's been the most successful hit they had, was that hit that was about 16 inches in front of the plate.
Yep. You're down 10. You're going to try anything to get runners on base, and that one's a ball. It's 1-1.
I give that Allen County coach my watch. He's telling me I need to move some on my rings.
Okay.
I need to throw this down there to him.
Bad Stibner. That one's a little bit outside.
I just look at it and think, what is it now?
Game is just slightly over an hour long. We started at 6 o'clock in the evening. Shadows, even though it's daylight outside, shadows now encompass the entire ball field. Steve bringing you a really nice picture of Corey Hartfield as the count's 2-2 now with 2 outs. Just a bit outside.
There you go. Let's see if he can come back in on him here. He's been going outside, and then he comes busting back on the inside half of the plate. Let's see what happens on this pitch. There you go. We tried.
Yep. It's a walk. Okay, so the Patriots have a base runner on first base with 2 outs.
Number 11, Stanford's plate.
And this will bring up Eli Stamper, the left-handed hitter. Throw over to first. Again, we'll run down the options you can watch our live stream on. You can go to prepspin.com or go.prepspin.com. You can go to PrepSpin's Facebook or Twitter pages. PrepSpin is also on Roku and Fire Stick TV. Just look for PrepSpin there. You can also go to our school district's website, warrencountyschools.org, or you can go to WBKO.com, click on the sports page, and there is a link to PrepSpin right there. I want to thank our sponsors. Good pitch there by Bad Stibner. It's 1-1. Med Center Health, UK Healthcare, and Mingy Beef Jerky. I also want to thank the PrepSpin CEO and co-owner, William Warfield. That pitch is a good pitch there. He gets the ACS hitter to swing at one a little bit out of the zone. It's 1-2. Throw over to first, runner back safely. And the count 1-2. That one's outside. And the count's now 2-2. Mike Left, Steve Sanders with the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network. Steve has the headset back on again tonight. He's within range, and As you can tell,
Probably get a phone call tomorrow.
no, as you can tell, Steve's got a wonderful sense of humor, and it's on display tonight.
For a hire when I didn't have it on. Nice pitch.
All right, good inning there for Landon Badstibner. And that'll do it for the top of the third. No runs after 2.5. Greenwood leading 10-0. You're watching Gators baseball on the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
I can't.
Have some Mingy.
This is a Mingy moment.
Don't forget to pack 5 pairs of clean underwear.
Okay, Mom.
What's wrong with these? I think we're gonna need a bigger suitcase.
This is a Mingy moment.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going.
or
Perfect.
get up.
Looks good. Good, we're gonna take it up.
Who's not a runner now? I am proof of the power of advanced medicine.
Kids deserve the space to grow, to play, to explore. And if they get sick or hurt, they deserve a hospital devoted to them. This is our promise, the most advanced care possible, with doctors, nurses, therapists, and surgeons who specialize in getting kids back to simply being kids again. We are UK Healthcare's Kentucky Children's Hospital. And for us, the power of advanced medicine is more than saving lives, it's saving lifetimes.
At the plate, number 6, Chaz Huff.
All right, welcome back to Corey Hart Field on the campus of Greenwood High School. And getting his first at bat tonight is Chaz Huff. He's a freshman. And we'll get Steve's thoughts here in a moment. We saw quite a bit of him during the basketball season, and he's a young man that can definitely connect on the three-point shot, and he's got skills as a baseball player as well. His sister Callie is a very good ball player on the Greenwood softball team. We've seen Callie this season. That's a foul ball down the line. Again, forgive me for being slow on the call. We have obstructed views here. We'll have Steve back in a moment. You can catch Steve's comedy tour in the nearest venue near Warren County somewhere. He's been making me laugh tonight, and rightfully so. We're glad to have him on the headset again. That one's low. Allen County Scottsville is on their third pitcher tonight. The young man currently on the mound is Dylan Osbrooks. And that one's nubbed foul by Chaz Huff. First name spelled C-H-A-Z-E, pronounced Chaz. Wears number 6. Again, was on that Gators boys basketball team for Will McCoy. A number of young players played prominent roles on that team. That one's low. And it's 2-2 to Chaz Huff. I'll ask the guys here in a moment who Chaz Huff is hitting for. Okay. That one's fouled off. Who's it again, Terry? Okay. Okay. Gotcha. And when you have a 10-run lead, Coach Jagger's trying to get some other players some quality playing time and some at-bats. Again, the Gators defeated the Patriots earlier this season in Scottsville back in late March. Here we are on April 11th. And Chaz Huff has a leadoff walk. Good at bat for Chaz Huff. And this will bring up James Francis. Oh, I'm sorry. This is what they had listed there. That was how they had it listed. So it must be, thank you, Caden. Okay. He goes by Kanan Francis, and I'll get clarification. I know his dad very well. I wonder if he goes by his middle name. They have him listed as James on the roster, but thanks to Terry Davis for telling me that he goes by Kanan, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. Right-handed hitter. And that was called a strike, and I think you might find more than one people who don't agree with that call, me included. But again, good connection there by Kanan Francis, but picked up for one, throw over to first, and that is a double play. Kanan Francis got good contact, but unfortunately it was hit directly to the second baseman. They were able to turn the 4-6-3 double play. Welcome back, Steve.
Thanks. Sorry, I just had to jump out there. I saw somebody I knew. I wanted to say hey to them.
No problem. It's all good.
You know, when you're retired, you don't see anybody.
Yep.
Well, I do. I see 3-year-olds, 3 and 4-year-olds, and they're not very good conversation sometimes. Got a chance to talk to Mr. Wicks, one of the assistant principals here. Of course, he does one of the similar job to what I retired from, and so.
Hey, we share the same opinion about him. He's a quality man, isn't he?
Hey, listen, if you want to laugh, get him up here on the headset.
Okay.
I'm telling you, he is him and Landon Badge-Dibner's mother.
Okay.
Are two of the funniest people I know. Landon's mom, Stephanie, worked for me and worked with me for a long time, and she's one of the funniest people I know. Mr. Wicks would be a close second there.
He does have a really good sense of humor.
And we were just lamenting, of course, Greenwood's in the middle of some construction here. They're building all a little bit, adding some new space out on the cafeteria end, and what used formerly known as Safety City. And so construction is always a challenging time for an assistant principal. And,
of course, one of the sports that's affected with that construction is the boys and girls track and field teams. That Greenwood is having to have their home meets elsewhere, and their track and field head coach, the boys coach, Dave Garrett, Steve and I know very well, and Dave wanted to make sure that please speak very highly of the other schools in the county because they have been more than generous. That's a very nice play by the Patriots shortstop.
Good defensive inning from Allen County Scottsville.
And that'll do it for the bottom of the third. After 3 innings, Greenwood leading 10-0. We'll be back with more Gators baseball. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Kids deserve the space to grow, to play, to explore. And if they get sick or hurt, they deserve a hospital devoted to them. This is our promise, the most advanced care possible, with doctors, nurses, therapists, and surgeons who specialize in getting kids back to simply being kids again. We are UK Healthcare's Kentucky Children's Hospital. And for us, the power of advanced medicine is more than saving lives. It's saving lifetimes.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going. Perfect.
or get up.
Looks good. Good, we're gonna take it up.
Who's not a runner now? I am proof of the power of advanced medicine.
I can't.
Have some Mingy.
This is a Mingy moment.
What's wrong with these? I think we're gonna need a bigger suitcase.
This is a Mingy moment.
Welcome back to Greenwood High School. And there is a fly ball out to shallow center, and that's an out. There you go, Steve. That helped with the picture. Mike Clef, Steve Sanders with the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Number 8, Jeffries at the plate for the Patriots.
Landon Badstibner in his fourth inning of work and has
Pitching shutout baseball right now.
he is.
Looking good.
And after that visit to the mound in the top of the second, Steve, he's really found his groove. And done so despite having to sit for an extended period on the bench during the bottom of the first and bottom of the second, in which the Gators scored a combined 10 runs, 6 in the first and 4 in the second. He's only allowed 2 hits. One out, top of the fourth. Greenwood, if they go on to win this game, and by all accounts it looks like they are, as that one is nubbed there. And the throw to first, nicely done.
Had a little more space on that one. Actually getting hit to the third base side helped him out a little bit. Gave him a little more space between the baseline and where he was to make that throw.
Number 33, Hayes now at the plate.
I'll tell you what, Steve, on throws to second base and that throw over to first, I see why they have Axel Dysham behind the plate. He's got an arm.
You know, he a couple times his throws to second have been one hoppers, but man, they are dead on target and they're not slow. So he's made great throws. You know, in a case like that, accuracy trumps speed when you're trying to pick a runner off going to second.
I believe there were some lineup changes for Greenwood. It looks like Cannon Jaggers is in center field. That's one that I saw right there. They still have the same pitching and catching combination. It looks like Kanan Francis is on first base. He is. We'll kind of run around. Chaz Huff is in left field. Thank you, Terry. Aiden O'Hara is still in right field. Easton Talley at third. Jackson Lee has moved over to shortstop. Ryan Lowers is at second. What happened there, Steve?
Hot shot to third.
Okay.
And on him quick.
Yep.
He didn't get a glove on it.
I think we got him covered there. Thank you, Terry.
Yep.
So, is he okay, Steve?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It didn't hit him, but it just got up on him quick.
Right. So the Patriots have a runner on first with 2 outs. You know, and Steve, this is another thing, you know, talking to some of the Greenwood baseball people, you know, they've made multiple substitutions, but a lot of these players that came in, they've played a lot this season, Steve. They've got some, they've really built some depth.
That foul ball might hit your new car back there.
Oh, okay. I tried to park far enough away, Steve.
Oh, no, that one was curving that way.
Okay. Well,
I tried to park on the far side of you. That way, get your car before it got mine.
Thanks. Ooh, nice off-speed pitch by Badstibner. Steve, did Landon ever come by Lost River to visit his mom when she was working?
Now, listen, you know, boys coming to visit their mamas at work. No.
Okay.
Listen, did Sam or Will Sanders ever come to visit Daddy at work? Look, they would deny who I was. Let alone come to work with me. So when they were little bitty, they might. But
okay.
No, Landon's a good kid. You know, great swimmer. Always been a good swimmer, good baseball player. You know, got a great mom and dad.
What's his dad's first name?
Why'd you have to ask?
I'm sorry about that. Max or Matt?
Max.
Okay, Max. Max Badstibner. Sorry,
Look,
Steve.
There's another. Look at that.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. Great hustle there by Axel Dysham.
Look, I think that first missed throw on that 16-incher made him mad. He's not going to make another. He's going to get every other out that comes his way now.
Max Badstibner and Stephanie Badstibner's son, Landon, has pitched 4 shutout-innings.
I used to tell Stephanie, say that. I'm going to say your last name 3 times. I miss it. 2 out of 3. If I try to say it fast.
10-0 Greenwood after 3.5. Steve and I will be right back on the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
forget
Sorry,
to pack
Steve, I
5
didn't
pairs
mean
of
to-
clean underwear.
Okay, Mom.
What's wrong with these? I think we're gonna need a bigger suitcase.
This is a Mingy moment.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going.
or
Perfect.
get up.
Looks good. Good, we're gonna take it up.
Who's not a runner now? I am proof of the power of advanced medicine.
Kids deserve the space to grow, to play, to explore. And if they get sick or hurt, they deserve a hospital devoted to them. This is our promise, the most advanced care possible, with doctors, nurses, therapists, and surgeons who specialize in getting kids back to simply being kids again. We are UK Healthcare's Kentucky Children's Hospital. And for us, the power of advanced medicine is more than saving lives, it's saving lifetimes.
I can't.
Have some Mingy.
This is a Mingy moment.
He's been some shutout baseball since he's coming in.
Biggest thing, Steve, he's throwing strikes.
Yeah.
We're in the bottom of the fourth. It's 10-0 Greenwood.
We got bailed out in the last inning, too, with that double play. Nice double play that they had behind him. And again, you know, it's not a crime for a hitter to make contact with your ball. If you got good defense behind you, it'll take care of it all.
Axel Dysham is the Gators' starting catcher tonight. He's at the plate right now, and he's had a nice evening. He's a sophomore right-handed hitter. That one's way inside, 3-1. And, well, it was close to hitting him, but I don't think it did.
I think that little hop he took
Yeah.
might have saved that there.
It's a 3-1 count. Nysham is the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the fourth, and that's ball 4.
All right, I apologize to the Allen County pitcher because I said those great things about him, and he's had a couple of wild pitches. Made a courtesy runner for the catcher.
Yep. I believe, is that Jake Russell? Jake Russell. He's a junior, the courtesy runner. He plays multiple positions for Coach Jaggers. And Jackson Lee is at bat for the Gators. He started the game at second. He moved over to shortstop. I'll ask his dad, John, if even in his youth baseball days, if Jackson ever played all 9 positions in one game. And he did not. Okay. That one's just a bit outside.
There you go.
Yep.
Painted the outside corner
Yep.
of the batter's box.
Jake Russell has a short lead off at first, but if he steals second here, I think my jaw would be on the floor. I just don't see that happening with a 10-run lead. 3-0 on Jackson lead. Ball 8.
I hope he goes because I just want to see that, Mike. I want to see what happens
Yeah.
when your jaw drops.
You didn't catch ball 8, did you, Steve?
No.
Okay. So it's first and second. This is Aiden O'Hara. And, well, Steve, there comes our new friend.
He's just wanting airtime.
Yeah.
Gonna make a pitch and change.
Going over to,
He's going to talk to the umpire.
yeah. What do you think this is about? I'll ask anybody here in the press box.
I don't know why he would go to the field umpire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or was it something Mike said?
Could someone have batted out of order?
Could be.
Okay.
I mean, it's interesting that he'd go to the.
Right.
I mean, I guess the guy in the field may be considered the crew chief, and that may be where he went.
Right. And did he just signal for a pitching change? He sure did. Okay, we have a pitching change. We'll take a break. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Greenwood leading 10-0. We'll be right back.
I can't.
Have some Mingy.
This is a Mingy moment.
Don't forget to pack 5 pairs of clean underwear.
Okay, Mom.
What's wrong with these? I think we're gonna need a bigger suitcase.
This is a Mingy moment.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going.
or
Perfect.
get up.
Looks good. Good, we're gonna take it up.
Who's not a runner now? I am proof of the power of advanced medicine.
Kids deserve the space to grow, to play, to explore. And if they get sick or hurt, they deserve a hospital devoted to them. This is our promise, the most advanced care possible, with doctors, nurses, therapists, and surgeons who specialize in getting kids back to simply being kids again. We are UK Healthcare's Kentucky Children's Hospital. And for us, the power of advanced medicine is more than saving lives, it's saving lifetimes.
Yeah, third baseman's number 10. You're right. Thanks, Steve. Yep, 3 moved to third. Yep. Sorry about that, Terry. Steve's right. All right, welcome back to Greenwood High School. We're about ready to resume action, and Patriots have their 4th pitcher of the game, and this one is number 4, Jay Disman. And Aiden O'Hara is at the plate for Greenwood. He's got 2 runners on base, first and second, nobody out. Greenwood leading 10-0. That is a shot to third, and that's off the third baseman's glove. The bases are going to be loaded.
Yeah, it was a hot shot down the line, down to third baseman.
Now, one thing I was talking to John Lee about is the 10-run rule comes into play here in this inning, possibly. In previous years, the game is over after 3 innings if you're up 15, if you're up by 12 after 4, or 10 after 5. Now, they could have changed that to where you have to be up 15 after 4. Regardless, we'll know the answer here possibly in a moment.
Well, if that would have, go ahead and explain more.
Okay, if 2 of these runners score,
Right.
if the rule might have changed, see if the game is over.
Right.
But if it's not, it would continue.
Just want to give our
Yeah.
throngs of fans a little more explanation of that.
Yeah. It's 10-0 Greenwood with the bases loaded, nobody out. Nathan Howard, the designated hitter for the Gators. It's a sophomore. He's got a 2-1 count.
3-1.
3-1, excuse me. Yeah. And he takes outside and
good take.
Yep. It's now 11-0.
You know when you're the hitter, you know you want a good pitch to hit there. You know, it takes a lot of discipline to take that, but you know that's the right decision on his part.
So that brings up Cannon Jaggers. This is his first appearance at the plate.
Number 11, Cannon Jaggers at the plate.
Cannon pinch ran earlier in the game. Then he took over in center field for Reed McClard. And takes a strike there. Cannon, of course, is the son of head coach Jason Jaggers. And that one is ripped to right. That is ripped. Wow.
Nice catch, but the runner's going to tag. That was a really nice catch, but man, he got it.
That makes it 12-0, and there's our answer. It's a 15-run rule now after 4. As you saw, Cannon wears number 11, and in case you haven't heard the story, the reason he wears 11.
Number 13, Ryan Lors at the plate.
Wanted to give John Lee a chance to announce Ryan Lors there. One of Cannon's close friends was Mason Goodnight. They were on youth baseball teams together, and Mason passed away very unexpectedly 6 years ago. And Jeff and Jana Goodnight, his parents, wonderful people. He has a sister, Maggie. But Mason was one of Cannon's best friends, and that throw gets away, and a run comes in. It's 13-0.
Advance to third on the wild pitch, and then home on the air.
So, anyway, that's why Cannon Jaggers wears number 11. Boy, Steve, speaking of Cannon Jaggers, was it just me, or did that ball not carry as far as I thought? That might go to the wall.
Yeah, I thought he got a hold of it.
Yeah.
No wind.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so Greenwood has, I can't see over there. We have a runner on second.
Runner on second.
Yep.
That runner, we had a runner just score, so 13-0.
Yeah.
Favor the Gators.
Yep, and Terry Davis is right. We got our answer. That rule is changed. You got to be at 15 after 4. So Ryan Lors is at the plate and advancing to third base. And I'll be honest, I can't see who's over on third. Okay, Nate Howard is over on third now. And that's a swing and a miss, and the count is full. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Gators have a 13-0 lead. And good pitch there, and that's the strikeout. 2 outs. Steve, you were going to say hi to Mr. Wicks when Chaz Huff made his first plate appearance, but talked about his basketball impression with us, and he certainly made a good one with both of us, didn't he?
Yeah, first time we saw him was that game against Warren Central. You know, Greenwood was down a couple of their starting guards, and he was forced into a lot of minutes, and, you know, he's young, but he played tough, made some great outside shots, and just really impressed. You know, you got to weather the storm against Warren Central. You had to this year. I mean, you know, they're the state champs. They're the real deal. And, you know, Greenwood didn't back up from it. You know, they played their guys. You know, it's a whole next man up situation, and Chaz played tough. Like I said, scored some nice outside shots.
2-0 count on Chaz. Gators have Nate Howard at third base. It's 3-0. Steve, I also want to, we obviously saw Chaz's sister earlier this season, Callie. She's a very talented softball player for Greenwood. But I want to give a shout-out to Greenwood High School. You mentioned Warren Central, boys basketball state champs. The Monday after they won state, Greenwood was one of our high schools in the school district on their video screen out front of the school. congratulating Warren Central on their state championship, and I thought that was very, very classy. South Warren did the same thing. That one's grounded, and that looks like Chaz Huff is going to beat that one out. He does, and it's 14-0. So Chaz Huff, if he's able to come around and score this inning, this game will be over. This is Kanan Francis at the plate.
One of the two seniors for Greenwood this year. Him, Landon Bad-Stibner the other.
And I crossed paths with his dad, Chris, really, really good guy. He's done work in the press box in the past.
Mom and Dad are both here. I talked to him when I went down a few minutes ago.
Oh, his mom's lovely.
Shelley.
Yeah, Shelley's wonderful. They call that a strike. Kanan hit it sharply his last time up. Unfortunately, it was right at the Allen County Scottsville second baseman, and they were able to turn the double play. That one's outside, and it's a 2-1 count. Again, I want to thank the guys in the press box for their help tonight. Public address announcer John Lee, the gentleman running the scoreboard, Jolly, and Terry Davis. That one is popped up, and yep, it's caught, and we're going to have the top of the fifth inning. Greenwood puts up 4 runs, and after 4, the Gators lead the Patriots of Allen County Scottsville 14-0. You're watching Greenwood Baseball on the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network, courtesy of Prep Spin. We'll be right back.
Kids deserve the space to grow, to play, to explore. And if they get sick or hurt, they deserve a hospital devoted to them. This is our promise, the most advanced care possible, with doctors, nurses, therapists, and surgeons who specialize in getting kids back to simply being kids again. We are UK Healthcare's Kentucky Children's Hospital. And for us, the power of advanced medicine is more than saving lives, it's saving lifetimes.
I can't.
Have some Mingy.
This is a Mingy moment.
Don't forget to pack 5 pairs of clean underwear.
Okay, Mom.
What's wrong with these? I think we're gonna need a bigger suitcase.
This is a Mingy moment.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going.
or
Perfect.
get up.
Looks good. Good, we're gonna take it up.
Who's not a runner now? I am proof of the power of advanced medicine.
Welcome back to Greenwood High School. We're in the top of the fifth. Gators leading 14-0. And Steve, Landon Bad-Stibner back on the bump, and he's had a nice evening, hasn't he?
Yeah, yes. He's working in his 5th inning of shutout baseball.
And Terry Davis just had an interesting stat. Here's a good thing, Steve. He's only thrown 59 pitches, and here he is in the top of the 5th. So he's been efficient. So here's the deal. If Greenwood is up by at least 10 runs after this half inning, then the game will be over, and the Gators will move to 12-1. If the Patriots are able to score 5 runs here in the top of the 5th, we will move on to a bottom of the 5th inning. We'll find out here in a moment. Again, want to thank the hospitality at Greenwood High School, led by Principal Adam Hatcher, who used to be the athletic director at Greenwood High School. And, Steve, this ties into a team we saw last night. Adam Hatcher is an alumnus of Hart County High School.
Yep.
Athletic director Dan Dillingham. Steve and Dan go back several years, and Dan's one of the really good guys. And that's a walk. That's not what Landon wanted to do to start the inning. And I want to thank the volunteers. Want to give John Lee a chance to make the announcement there. Want to thank the volunteers at the concession stand here. Those parents donate their free time, fans of the team, work hard. I can tell you firsthand, the cheeseburgers they cooked were first rate. That's a wild pitch. And Steve Landon just needs to remind himself that throw strikes, let his infielders and outfielders make the plays. And it's unfortunately now a 2-0 count. Greenwood leading 14-0. Top of the fifth inning, Mike Clef, Steve Sanders with the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network, courtesy of Prep Spin. There you go. Good pitch by Landon, and that would be hard to say 3 times in a row. Bad Stibner.
I'm telling you. Be shocked at what comes out of your mouth.
Yep. His parents, as Steve mentioned, he used to work with his mom, Stephanie.
Hot shot.
Yep.
Nice grab by the shortstop.
Oh, wow. Jackson Lee, what a play.
Nice grab. That was a hard hit ball.
And that's the first out of the inning.
And that goes back to what we're saying.
Yep.
You know, pitch and let your fielders behind you carry the game. And that's a good example of it. You know, that hitter made great contact. But, you know, fortunately, the defense behind you made a better play.
Yep. Landon's parents, his mother Stephanie, who Steve said they used to work together, and his dad Max. Landon 2 outs away from throwing a complete game shutout.
There we go.
There you go.
Try. You know, like you've always said, Mike, you know, you get that first strike over the plate, and the balance of power between the hitter and pitcher changes.
And Steve, you reminded me of something, and this, it's true not just in high school baseball, but high school softball. You know, a pitcher gets a batter in the hole 0-2, and then it's kind of like paralysis by analysis. They just overthink it instead of just throwing what got them there.
Right. I mean, he just made a great pitch that the Allen County hitter swung on and missed, and, you know, just make your pitch. Of course, that's also a whole lot easier for me and you to say from up here because we're not playing.
That's true. We have one out here.
They put the radar gun on me, that thing would show negative numbers.
And Bad Stibner gets...
that was a good sequence for Landon. Good sequence.
Patriots have a base runner on third, but most important, Bad Stibner has 2 outs.
Right. That to some degree takes that base runner on third out of play. You know,
right.
Your focus is the batter in the box. You get him, everything else takes care of itself.
There, I believe that missed by just a bit. It's 1-0.
Hope it was low.
Yep.
It looked good, but maybe a bit low.
We'll be back at Warren Central both Thursday and Friday. We'll we'll see the Greenwood softball team at Warren Central on Thursday night at 5:30 in the evening, and then Friday we'll get the first look this season at Warren Central baseball. They will host Metcalfe County, and that game will start at 6 o'clock in the evening. The next time that we will see Greenwood baseball, I'll let you know here in a moment. we will see Greenwood baseball. Ooh, it'll be a good game. Thursday, April 27th, the Gators will host Warren East. That'll be our next live stream that we'll have Greenwood baseball. There's a strike by Bad Stibner, 3-1. 14-0, Greenwood leading. There you go, Landon. Full count.
Well, glad I stopped before I said just a bit outside. I like it. Oh.
That one is a shallow fly ball to left center. Jackson Lee gloves it, and there you go, Steve.
I'm going to say it again.
Yep.
You make your pitches and you let your defense do the work.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what we saw tonight with Greenwood. Bad Stibner, he certainly pitched well enough to get the win. He got a shutout win. But, he had really effective defense behind him. Let's not – Allen County had some really hard-hit balls.
Yeah.
It's not that they never laid bat on the ball. They had some hard-hit balls, but, the defense of Greenwood was outstanding.
Steve, you talked about it. Several of the things Greenwood did well tonight. 14-0, the Gators win, and we both now see firsthand why the Gators are 12-1, don't we?
Yeah. Exciting ball club. That game with Warren East will be a good one.
Yep.
Look forward to getting back. Is that here? Are we here for that
game?
Yep,
we're here for that game. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I like broadcasting from up here. It's out of the elements. So, good win tonight for Greenwood. Hats off to Allen County. They played hard, gave great effort. But, you're right. I see why Greenwood's 12-1.
Thanks to the guys in the press box. Enjoyed it here. John Lee, Jolly, and Terry Davis. We'll do it again. We'll be back at you Thursday night at Warren Central for softball between the Lady Gators of Greenwood and the Lady Dragons of Warren Central. For Steve Sanders, I'm Mike Cleft for the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network. That'll do it. Greenwood wins it 14-0 in 4.5 innings.
See everyone on Thursday.
Take care. Have a great night.